Tuesday evening, everybody. Welcome back to another video. And this is going to be like round two of me trying to catch up with everything. And in the past like 12 hours, this is going to be my fifth video that I'm filming. And it's going to be a decent one. Probably tell what I'm going to talk about here in a minute. So without further ado, I would like to give you guys my thoughts on The Flash. So this is the end of the DCEU as we know it, and this movie has been in like development hell for nearly 15 to 20 years, and it's been passed by many directors, but we finally get a solo Flash movie. So the closest that we've ever seen the Flash in live action was its 9-season run through on the CW. And I do enjoy that show quite a bit. And I think The Flash is basically DC's answer to Spider-Man. Because The Flash is young and quippy, just like Spider-Man. But I really do enjoy this character quite a bit. And I was very excited to see a solo Flash movie. And now we finally have it. So let's talk about The Flash. So this movie starts off with Barry Allen essentially helping out Batman with like a heist, and it's Batfleck. So there's like a point in the movie where he like time travels, and this movie adapts the Flashpoint paradox, which is a very important Flash moment in the comics. Because essentially, he goes through the Speed Force to save his mother, which was murdered by Reverse Flash. Now, in the movie, it really doesn't tell you who killed his mother, but that's just like basic general knowledge. Instead, this movie like opens up quite a few multiverses. The big one being the resurrection of Michael Keaton's Batman. Major selling point for this movie, and I gotta say, it was the best I've seen Michael Keaton as Batman since the original and Batman Returns. So I really did enjoy seeing him in this movie. And this also introduces Supergirl, played by Sasha Calle, and she's just like an introductory character because Superman is like nowhere to be found in this movie. But there are variants of Superman and a very important part in this movie. I'm sure everybody's seen it by now, but there's a very smile-worthy part in this movie, because you see a ton of classic DC characters. Like, I guess there's going to be a major spoiler right now, but You see the likes of like George Reeves, who played the original Superman, Adam West, Christopher Reeve, Helen Slater, and what really threw me for a loop, that like put a big smile on my face, was even seeing Nicolas Cage as Superman. Now, fun fact behind that movie, that was originally supposed to be a Tim Burton movie called Superman Lives, and it just never saw the light of day. I mean, the only thing that we see of Superman Lives is like a costume session and a screen test. That's all we get. But it was really nice to see Superman Lives without it being in existence. So that part near the end of the movie just put a huge smile on my face. And it didn't feel forced at all. I mean, I realize most of these people have passed on, but seeing that nostalgia, just perfect. But he also, going back to the movie, present Flash meets past Flash, which is kind of like a younger self. And in the comics, the Flash basically wants Thomas Wayne, which is now Batman, to recreate his accident to give him back his speed. So the past Flash and our present Flash does get their powers back. That was all over the place. But you also have the return of Zod in this movie. He's kind of like in the background, so there really is no villain. Because near the end of the movie, Zod kills Keaton, Batman, and Supergirl. So past Flash wants to go back and rewind time to try and save them, but there's nothing that he can do. So he just lets that world crumble. It's pretty dark stuff, but it's one of the only ways that present Barry gets back to his own timeline. Which leads me into one of the most surprising, hilarious endings in superhero movie history. George Clooney shows up as Bruce Wayne. And I was like, what? I thought it was a rather funny joke. But could that mean that they're going to try and give George Clooney another try as Batman? Or is it just a one-off joke? Let's see how the DCEU comes around. But there is one major issue that I have with this movie, and it is the visual effects. And most of this movie is reliant on visual effects. It looks horrible. Like, I heard like comparisons to like Robert Zemeckis' Christmas Carol and Polar Express. It's 2023, and some of these graphics look like PlayStation graphics. It doesn't look good at all. But especially the beginning when Barry is trying to like save this thing of like falling babies and like a nurse. It just looks awkward. But besides all the CGI stuff, I really did enjoy this movie. It has some issues, but it is a very rewatchable movie. And I haven't really watched all of the DCEU, but I would really like to at some point. But this one would be very highly rewatchable. So overall, my final grade on The Flash, right now, I'm going to give it a B. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on The Flash. And the next movie I want to talk about, what you'll probably see here in a minute, is going to be Elemental. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in a minute for Elemental. Adios. Peace.